Welcome to my channel, students. So in today's class we'll discuss some sample MCQ questions in analog modulation, unit 1 of communication engineering, EC 8395, regulation 2017. And next is the first question, which determines the number of sideband components in FM. So in FM, not like AM, it has so many sidebands. So all these sidebands are determined by the modulation index. So this is like a 1 mark question. And next is the next one is the mixture. The mixture in a circuit is also called as a converter, because there only the conversion of signal takes place. Mixture is known as converter. And FM receives signal. So this is about FM signal's nature they are talking. So FM receives signal, vary in amplitude with modulation, vary in frequency with modulation, vary in frequency and amplitude with wideband modulation, is not immune to noise. So an FM receives signal, vary in amplitude is wrong option, and also vary in frequency and amplitude with wideband modulation, that is also wrong, because in FM we know very well the frequency of the carrier alone varies. So choice B is the correct answer, and choice D is ruled out because it is given that it is not immune to noise. We know very well the FM signals are highly immune to noise. So that statement is also wrong. So the process of impressing intelligence on the carrier is called, that means impressing intelligence on carrier is nothing, changing the carrier's nature by varying the amplitude, frequency or phase. So that process is known as, that is called modulation. So this is actually a definition, one of the definitions of modulation. So the answer is modulation. Next, the frequency of unmodulated carrier in FM system. The unmodulated carrier frequency is known as center frequency. So eliminating all other choices. So the carrier frequency in an unmodulated FM signal is center frequency, it is called. And the next one is the ratio of maximum deviation to maximum modulating frequency is called. Listen here, students, we know in FM the modulation index is defined as the deviation, that is the frequency deviation to modulating frequency, that is del F by FM. So here I have mentioned no. So del F by FM represents the modulation index. Okay, but here they have given that the maximum deviation, the maximum del F to maximum FM. So the definition given is not actually modulation index, it is deviation ratio, because the deviation ratio only defined as maximum deviation frequency to the maximum modulating frequency. Okay, so the given definition is for deviation ratio. If the word maximum is missing here, if they have missed this word maximum, then this definition can be taken for modulation index. Okay, and the next one is a carrier signal has a constant amplitude, a frequency of 20 kHz above, and varying amplitude, information content. So we can't say that carrier signal must contain constant amplitude, and also we can't say that it is having varying amplitude, and we know that the carrier signal does not have any information content. And the thing we have to define the carrier is about the frequency. So when discussing about the frequency of the carrier, it is definitely 20 kHz and above. So that is the carrier frequency. So the answer for this question, the carrier signal has frequency 20 kHz and above. That is the correct statement here. And next, the modulated peak value of a signal is 125 volt. Modulated peak value, that is VM value they have given. And the unmodulated carrier value is 85. What is the modulation index? So they have asked the modulation index, and we know the modulation index in an AM signal is VM by VC. So here VM is 125, VC is 85. So just divide these two voltages, VM by VC, you get the answer 1.47. Similarly, the same kind of problem with another data. So here they have given the signal frequency as well as the amplitude. So to confuse you, they have also given the frequencies. So don't confuse with that. Modulation index is calculated only with the carrier voltage and the message signal voltage. So here again it is VC, Vm by Vc we have to use. So the message signal voltage divided by the carrier voltage. So the message signal voltage is Vm, that is 45 volt. Carrier voltage is Vc, that is 80 volt. So 45 by 80. So it gives the answer 0.56. So that is your modulation factor. And next 10th question is the modulation index of an FM signal having carrier swing of 75 kHz when the modulating signal has frequency of 3 kHz. So this question is about modulation index in FM signal. So in FM signal, first clearly you must know the definition for modulation index. So the modulation index is defined as del F by Fm. So del F is frequency deviation, Fm is modulating signal frequency. So here the carrier, they haven't given about the del F value, that is the frequency deviation is not given. But instead of that they have given the carrier swing. So we have to relate the carrier swing with the deviation, frequency deviation. So carrier swing is actually 2 times of del F. I have written here. So the carrier frequency is 2 times of del F. So the carrier frequency is 2 del F, that is given as 75 kHz. So the modulating signal frequency is 3 kHz. So from the data to del F we can find what is del F. So del F is equal to 75 by 2 and Fm is 3 kHz. So the modulation index is calculated by del F by Fm. So by doing this you get the answer 12.5. This is the modulation index. And students, when you calculate the modulation index for FM signal, it may not be probably the value, that is always you will get a value greater than 1 only. Okay, and the next question is, which of the following is considered as an indirect method of generating FM? Indirect method of generating FM. So I have already insisted you to study the types of modulation, like the generation, the classification, because from the classification and then from the method of generation they may ask a lot of questions. So these are some samples you are discussing. So the indirect method of FM generation. So we know very well the indirect method of FM generation. So the first choices given are reactance modulator, balanced modulator, varactor diode modulator. So out of the 4 choices, the first and third choices are known as the direct method of FM generation, reactance modulator and varactor diode. Okay, and the balanced modulator is not at all used for FM generation. So the fourth choice, that is called Armstrong method. So that is known as the indirect method of FM generation. And the next question is, to generate an SSB or DSB signal, one must use a circuit known as, for generating SSB or DSB. So for generating SSB, single sideband suppressed carrier or double sideband AM, we must use a circuit called balanced modulator. Okay, so they have given filter modulator, ring modulator, reactance modulator. So for SSB and DSB signal generation we need balanced modulator. An interfering signal with a frequency equal to the received signal plus twice the IF, intermediate frequency, is called. So this is a definition for image frequency. Okay students, in the receiver part we will have this topic. So the interfering signal with the frequency equal to received signal plus twice the IF, intermediate frequency, is known as image frequency. Which one is not an advantage of SSB over AM? SSB is single sideband suppressed carrier AM, and the advantage which is not an advantage of SSB. So for the choices they have given are power saving, because power saving is an advantage of SSB, because you know in SSB we have only one sideband. So that is an advantage of SSB. So choice B is requires half the bandwidth. Yes, that is also an advantage of SSB, because it requires only 1/2 of the bandwidth, correct? So that is also an advantage of SSB. And the next one is wide area of reception. That is also an advantage of SSB. So the advantage that is not comes under SSB is nothing. The better fidelity. The better fidelity is not an advantage of SSB. Okay. And next is which is the bad effect caused by over modulation in AM transmission? These are all general questions. So because of over modulation, we know the three kinds of modulation: under modulation, critical modulation, over modulation. So the reason, the bad effect that is caused because of over modulation is nothing. Interface to other radio services. That means the signals may interfere with others. So that is caused by over modulation. That means they may interfere. The signals interfere with each other. So that is the bad effect caused by over modulation. So the choice that is given is interface to other radio services. That is the correct answer. And the next question is, which characteristic of radio receiver refers to its ability to reject an unwanted signal? So selecting a particular signal and rejecting all other. Correct? So the characteristic is selectivity. So because this is happening in a receiver, tuned receiver, the receiver has to particularly select one signal. So that is the characteristic of a receiver, selectivity, that determines the nature, and rejecting all other signals. So it is selectivity. The AM transmission power increases with dash. The AM transmission power increases with modulation, because for that purpose only we prefer modulation, because we want to send the signal for long distance. So the signal power increases, transmission power increases if we do modulation. What is the highest percentage of modulation for AM? This is a general question. The highest percentage of modulation for AM is 100%. This is the highest percentage of modulation. And in FM, the Carson's rule states that the bandwidth is equal to twice the sum of modulating frequency and. So here you must remember the Carson's rule. So the Carson's rule is 2 del F, 2 into del F plus FM. Correct. So they have given the sum of modulating frequency, twice the sum of modulating frequency FM plus what? The other parameter is the frequency deviation. So this question generally they will ask in 2 mark. This is the definition, very important definition. So Carson's rule stating the bandwidth, the definition it is given. So it is 2 times of del F plus FM. That is the answer. So where FM is nothing but the modulating signal frequency and del F is the frequency deviation. And what is the carrier swing of an FM transmitter when modified by 75% of modulation? So this question actually I think this is incomplete. We shall leave this question. So the modulation system inherently more resistant to noise. The system that is inherently more resistant to noise is frequency modulation, because in the comparison table also I have shown that while studying these types of modulations, so the very advantages or the important thing in FM is it is highly immune to noise. It can resist noise. Okay, so the modulation system which has more resistant to noise is defaultly the FM, the frequency modulation. And what aspect of the carrier is changed by modulation? So by modulation, what parameter is changed? Frequency, phase, amplitude, all these parameters, right? So it depends on the type of modulation. If you are doing AM amplitude modulation, the amplitude will vary. If you are doing frequency modulation, frequency will vary. If it is phase modulation, the phase will vary. Okay. So the next one is both frequency and phase modulation utilize dash modulation. Frequency and phase modulation, they come under angle modulation. And which is an information signal that is sent directly without modulating any carrier. This is a definition for the baseband signal, because the baseband signal is known as the signal that is sent directly without any modulation. எந்த ஒரு modulation illama. So without modulation, The signal that is sent is known baseband signal. And which is the circuit used to detect frequency modulated signal? So that means for detecting FM signal, which circuit is used? Discriminator, modulator, modem, detector. So generally the FM signals are detected with frequency discriminator circuits. So the discriminator is the correct answer for this question. And again there is a problem. So an AM transmitter is rated 1000 watt at 100% modulation. How much power required for the carrier? So they are asking about the carrier power here. So we know very well the PC is equal to the total power PT is equal to carrier power PC into 1 plus m square, the modulation index square, divided by 2. So this is the formula which relates the total power and carrier power. So here they have given the AM transmitter power, total power is given, okay, and the percentage of modulation, M is given as 100%, that is 100 in percentage they have given. So 100 divided by 100 in the sense 1, the modulation index they have given is 1. How much is the power required for the carrier? So that means they are asking about the carrier power, PC. What is PC power? So PC is nothing but substitute all the other powers, the transmitter power and the modulation index, everything. So then you get the answer 666.6 watts. So you apply this formula, you will get the answer directly. Then the next question is, what is the modulation index on FM signal if its modulating frequency is doubled? So again you come to the FM signal equation, FM's modulation index. So the FM signal's modulation index is defined as M is equal to, how you will define? It is nothing, del F by FM. So this is the modulation index of an FM signal. So here what the condition they have given is, if its modulating frequency is doubled, that means FM is doubled. So 2 FM. Okay. So 2 times of FM. What is the modulation index they are asking? And do you know very well 2 times of FM they have given. So del F divided by 2 FM, right? So they are asking about the modulation index of FM signal. So M is equal to del F divided by in the place of frequency, modulating frequency, we have substituted as 2 FM, and we know already 2 FM is nothing but 2 FM under another. So this is nothing but, already we have defined, no, the carrier swing can be defined as 2 del F. Okay, one second. So by substituting this, we get the modulation index as 1/2 of the original index. Okay. So the next question is the modulating index. The modulating system is dash if the modulating frequency is doubled, the modulation index is halved and the modulating voltage remains constant. So in which system the modulating frequency will be doubled and the modulation index will be halved and the modulating voltage remains constant? So modulating voltage constant, one thing, and frequency doubled. Frequency is doubled. That means if the modulation frequency is doubled, the modulation index will be getting halved and the modulating voltage will be remain. So all these things happening in FM, frequency modulation. A single tone amplitude modulated wave has, so this is nothing but they are asking about single an amplitude modulated signal. So in amplitude modulated signal we have how many components? 3 components, one carrier and 2 side bands. So 3 components are present. So what is the advantage of the phase modulation over direct FM modulation frequency, that is PM, the advantage of PM over direct FM? So they are asking, so the advantage of PM, the comparison chart I have given. So the oscillator is crystal controlled, where in phase modulation the oscillator is crystal controlled oscillator. So that is the advantage over the FM frequency modulation. Next question is, the frequency division is useful in the implementation of frequency synthesizer circuit. Frequency division is useful in frequency synthesizer circuit. When the frequency modulation is achieved by initial phase modulation, this is called, that means in the generation of FM, we know first signal will be converted into phase modulated signal, and then the phase modulated signal will be later converted into FM signal. So this is one way of approach we do in indirect method of FM generation. In direct method, so there is no intermediate conversion. Directly the signal will be converted into FM. But in indirect only, first the signal will be converted into phase modulated signal and later it is converted into FM. So the given answer for this is indirect FM. And the disadvantage of direct FM is the need for indirect kind of FM generation. The disadvantage, mainly the disadvantage is the AFC, the audio frequency controller. So the AFC is the main drawback in FM, direct FM. And in direct FM can be achieved by direct FM. How can it be achieved? A reactance tube modulator, varactor diode modulator. So I already said the generation methods you must study, ma'am, because from the generation they may mention some type of generation and they may ask which type of modulation you can get for generating which type of modulated signal we use this method. Like that they may ask the question. So here the FM signal can be achieved by the reactance tube modulator as well as the varactor modulator. Both A and B are correct answers. A receiver in which all RF amplifier stages require manual tuning to the desired RF. So manual tuning is done where it is? It is tuned radio frequency, TRF. In TRF circuit only the manual tuning is done. In the receiver, that is called TRF, tuned radio frequency circuit. And identify which is not a part of an heterodyne receiver. So in heterodyne receiver, this is actually a receiver. In receiver, so there is no use of using modulator. So the part that is not belonging to receiver is modulator, because modulator is the part that is coming in the transmitter side. Okay, it is not coming in the, it won't come in the receiver side. And which major element will not be found in every super heterodyne receiver? Will not be found in super heterodyne receiver. The RF amplifier. So that is the major element, will not be found in every super heterodyne receiver. RF amplifier. And which major element of super heterodyne receiver must be non-linear? So these things are coming under the super heterodyne receiver, that topic questions. So the super heterodyne receiver, which element must not be linear? It is the mixture. The mixture must not be a linear element, non-linear. That means the question is about receiver must be non-linear. So the mixture. And the next question is the change of modulated carrier frequency from original RF to the IF of super heterodyne receiver is known as frequency translation. Original RF to IF frequency. So that is called frequency translation. So this thing is also coming under the topic super heterodyne receiver. Okay students, so with this we have discussed almost, we have covered almost all the topics in unit 1. So prepare these questions along with the lecture notes material also. Thank you students. We'll meet in the next video and we'll discuss about unit 2's important MCQ questions. Thank you.